It should be no surprise that I love the Create mod, and with the upcoming release of the Recreate SMP, today I wanted to see if I've still got it by taking two relatively basic vanilla farms and making them stupidly overcomplicated with the Create mod. So for this, we're just going to be sticking with classic Create mod. No add-ons, no nothing. And for the first farm that I'm going to be making stupidly overcomplicated today, it is going to be potatoes. So obviously, you know, basic vanilla potato farm would look something like this. You make a little square, you put down all the potatoes like this, and then, you know, that's it. You want to cook the potatoes after? You put down a furnace. And this is pretty much the extent of a potato farm. I guess if you really wanted to, you could do the thing where you put the water bucket in a dispenser and then it does this and breaks all the stuff. But like, personally, I think that's really stupid because then you would have to go back through the entire thing and plant all the potatoes yourself. So we're going to 100% automate this whole thing and also make it stupidly big. So step one is obviously going to be making a circle-ish shape and hoping that once we hoe all the ground, the water we'll have placed will be enough to fill everything up. I'm going to put up the tick speed to like 3,000. See? Okay. Of course, just the very center. Why not? But I have a very simple and easy solution for this. We put water here, here, and here, and then it's good. For there, at least. We also have to fix these corners, which I think we can literally just do that. Yep, and it'll still stay hydrated. Awesome. Okay, so far so good, so far so good. Next step, obviously. Nope, we're gonna fill in the potatoes last, because that's gonna be stupid, maybe? I don't know. The actual next step is to build ourselves the actual farming apparatus. Which, like most things for this farm, isn't actually that hard to build. Actually, it's not hard to build at all, because I just finished. I actually just so incredibly lied to you. I totally forgot to place down the portable storage interfaces, which go there, and then, I think now that's actually it for this thing. If we get ourselves a creative motor and go under here, no, it's going the wrong way. Please, let me fix that. Is there a way to fix that? Yes, fixed it. We'll leave it off for now because this thing is already pretty big. Now we just gotta actually fill in all the potatoes. And then technically, we could say that this farm is done. It would spin around, collect the potatoes, and put them in here. But you know, personally, I don't like raw potatoes. So we should probably actually make ourselves a way to cook all, I don't even know how many this is. Definitely hundreds of potatoes. Just like with the rest of the farm, the design for this part is actually pretty basic. All you need to do is use some encased chain drives to power a bunch of fans that push smoke from these, what are these, campfires? I almost called them smokers, onto a conveyor belt that when we put a potato on the conveyor belt itself, will hopefully cook it. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now, what I want to be able to do is, I'm not actually building a power source for all this because that would be insanely massive. If I turn this all the way up to 256, it's crazy, it blows really fast. Can it smelt and can it cook an entire stack of potatoes in this time? I think that would be very funny. There's no way it can. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, super simple solution to that. We just have to turn the speed of these conveyor belts down. And then, hopefully, now it will do it? I still honestly really don't know if it will. Please, please, please. Okay, no, it's not going to. But you see, there's a very simple solution for this. You turn the rotational speed down even more, and this should give it a lot of time. There's a lot of time for this thing to go across all 6 of these campfires. 7, I can count. All 7 of these campfires. Oh my god, it actually did it. Holy crap. Okay, that is perfect. Then, on the end of that, super simple, we just put a chest down with a brass funnel, and that'll funnel everything into there. Totally forgot poisonous potatoes exist, but that is super duper easy to deal with, because all we need to do is make ourselves a little bit of a lava pit, filter the funnel to poisonous potatoes, And then in theory, if I throw a poisonous potato in here, it should... Nope, forgot to do this. Perfect, works just as planned. Okay, technically speaking, I could go ahead and turn this farm on, and it would work perfectly well. But what if instead, we built a second layer? Or actually, what about 4? Personally, I think this is a perfect amount of potatoes, you know. I think this is pretty reasonable if I were to say so. Now all I need to figure out is how I am going to go about getting all the potatoes from here down to that. My leading idea is to have something like this, where the shoots kind of just grab it and then pull them out. I'm pretty sure it'll just shoot the items out right there, so that should work. I think I could test it. If I throw an item there, it'll go down the chute, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and it just drops it out right at the bottom. Okay, that is literally perfect. I want to make it look kind of fancy, so I'm going to make all of these glass so we can see the items falling down through it. Just before we start this thing, I want to turn the random tick speed all the way up to make sure everything grows all the way. There is... Oh god, I didn't even think about the possibility of this just absolutely fucking killing my game. I do gotta go underground all the way over to the creative motor to turn this down to 8. Because that'll... Oh, uh-oh, it turned on. My game's not dying. That's cool. It seems to all be working. Oh my god, that's so many fucking potatoes. No, no, that's way too many. Oh, oh no. Okay. I am going to let this run for a bit and see just how many... Oh my god. I really want to see how many stacks of potatoes this thing shoots out. I didn't mean for it to start, but I mean, hey, it's cool that it's all working, I guess. But look, it's actually turning the potatoes into the baked potatoes, which are going to go into there, and then any of the poisonous potatoes will be set onto the lava. I cannot believe this worked and didn't make my game run like horrible. That is really funny, though. That is an insane amount of potatoes. Now I just gotta wait and see how many of them get cooked before that whole thing just fucking despawns. Okay, it looks like they are pretty much done. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's just an entire fucking double chest. That's crazy. A whole double chest plus 1 stack. And now you may be thinking to yourself, who needs this many potatoes? And the answer is nobody. Nobody needs that many potatoes. So for the next farm, we're going to be doing iron. And in vanilla Minecraft, an iron farm might look something like this or like this. But in Create, honestly, it can get really clunky really fast. But because of how many conveyor belts there's going to be, I think it looks really cool. So with Create, the easiest way to get iron is by getting crushed raw iron, which is made by putting crimsite through crushing wheels, but crimsite is a non-renewable resource, and I want this to be 100% renewable, so we're gonna have to jump through some hoops. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to have the machine craft iron from iron nuggets, which are going to be made by washing gravel, which is made by milling cobblestone, which is made just with a cobblestone generator. So let's just let's put the crushing wheels down first, because I know this is going to be the most important and central part of this build. Actually, you know what? Let's start by making the cobblestone generator. Making these with Create is super easy because you can get yourself a mechanical drill, which when you put down something in front of it, and then power it, it'll break it automatically. So like, let's pretend this was cobblestone. Every time it breaks and a new cobblestone gets put in place, it'll just break the next one. The cobblestone generator itself, I don't think will have to be too massive. I honestly just want it to be productive enough to get us a decent amount of iron when this thing starts running. So with this little setup, if I were to put this on here, as you can see, the cobblestone is going to get broken from that. All of it will end up directly down on this conveyor, and then new cobblestone will get put in its place. I think that I want this conveyor to be a little bit faster, just so that we don't have like a clog of cobblestone as the stuff gets broken. We want this to be as efficient as possible, so burning cobblestone would be very bad. To buffer out the speed of the cobblestone, I'm going to have a vault here so that we can have all of the cobble go into this, then be taken out from the other side on another conveyor belt that's slower, just so that the transition from this conveyor belt to the other doesn't cause a clog, and we have just a ton of storage for cobblestone now. I also need to make sure that this is an andesite funnel so that only one comes out at a time, because if not, it's going to clog very quickly. Because look, if we turn this back on and we wait a second for the cobblestone to break, once it all starts to go into this vault, one at a time will come out on this side, and now we'll have a ton of storage in here just in case. Because if I want to turn this machine off, I want there to be at least a bit of cobblestone saved up so that we don't have to wait as long for things to, like, you know, boot back up again. So now that that cobblestone generator is pretty much done, now comes the fun part, honestly, and the more complicated part, which is everything revolving around the crushing wheels. So I could very easily just make, like, multiple sets of crushing wheels so that things wouldn't get too complicated looking, but no, we're here to make things complicated as fuck. So what we're going to do is every time I need the crushing wheels in this machine, it's all going to lead back to this single set of crushing wheels right here, which I've kind of done in the past, like years ago I tried it out, and it looks really funny because you have to make sure the conveyor belts are all like tangled through each other just to get up to here. It's pretty funny. Before I forget though, I should probably get both of these spinning in opposite directions. There we go. So now when we put something in these crushing wheels, it'll actually function how it's supposed to. Now the question is, if I put a piece of cobblestone on this conveyor and let it go all the way up to the top, is it popping off of this going to make it get thrown off the side, or will it actually land in the crushing wheels where it's supposed to be? Okay, it actually landed in the crushing wheel. Let's make sure that that wasn't a fluke. So we got 4 pieces. There's 1, there's 2. Yeah, okay, I think it's actually going where it's supposed to go, which is perfect and also looks kind of funny because it's getting thrown off right into its crushing wheels. Okay, so now we know that that works and we have gravel coming out of the bottom of it, which is perfect. What we need to do now is we need to have it so that once the gravel falls out of the bottom of the crushing wheels, it lands on this conveyor, which is going to have a bunch of fans. Like over there, we had the fans with the campfires, but this time we're going to have fans with water for what the mod calls washing, because we're technically washing away the gravel to reveal what's inside. I don't know, I'm kind of just making that up, but it makes sense. The real question is, if I put the water in here and power all these fans, will this be enough to wash it, or will I need to add more? Hopefully it's enough. Like, hopefully it does it, like, right at the very end, please. Okay, actually, that was so incredibly perfect. That's hilarious. So now that we got all that working, and the iron and flint, too, will actually come out of this, we need to make a way to sort the flint out of it, and we can actually do that by using a brass funnel. The way that works is actually kind of similar to how we sorted out the poisonous potatoes over there, except this time what it'll do is if we have the flint here and we throw it on the conveyor belt, it'll push flint out of this side and everything else will come out over here, which is exactly... It didn't work. Okay, hold on. If I filter that to iron nuggets, throw an iron nugget on there, then throw the flint on there, will it work how I want it to? What? Where did it go? What? Why isn't this working? Okay, so it's just not working. I thought this is how this worked. This is making me upset. Yeah, brass tunnels can be used to cover up your belts, blah, 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 blah. Get to the part that I care about, please. Brass funnels have filters on each open side. Filters on inbound connections simply block non-matching items. Filters on outboard connections can be used to sort items like that. That's exactly what I was doing! What? Why? Oh, I'm actually stupid. This isn't powered, so nothing can go through it. Okay, so it does work exactly how I wanted it to. I'm just dumb. That's perfect. Cool. So from here, the easiest way that we can actually craft the iron into iron bars is by using packing with a mechanical press, which it just takes 9 iron nuggets into a basin, compresses it into an iron nugget. But we're here to make things stupidly overcomplicated, so we are going to use mechanical crafters, which we really genuinely do not need, and just makes this so much more difficult than it has to be, but that's why we're here today. So let's build ourselves a giant vault. Then out of this, we'll have 3 andesite funnels, which will all lead into different belts. then all of these belts will land on depots. And the reason we have that is if we have a funnel that goes into there and we have all the iron like this, we just kind of toss it in, it should, yeah, it just distributes them one at a time onto the depot, which is exactly what we need for the next step, which is also stupidly overcomplicated and just not needed at all, which is perfect. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's make this turn so that it is all over here, I guess, so that we can have more. Is it going to be compact, though? No, I don't really care. But now if we have these like this, all three of them will go exactly where we need, and then we can have those go to the depots right here. Perfect. One thing that I kind of just processed, which is really funny, is if we had all the flint come out this side and we had all the iron bars go together, we could just make unlimited flint and steel, which nobody would actually ever need. But it's really funny that you could do that. I think that's hilarious. But because I don't actually care about all of the flint that we're going to be getting, I'm just going to have it burn in lava. Should probably extend this out a little bit so it's not touching the box as it's doing stuff. Okay, perfect, perfect. Now that we have all these depots doing depot things, we can actually do the thing that I've been talking about doing for the past few minutes but keep getting distracted from, which is placing down 3 mechanical arms. Actually, no, I need to put down the mechanical crafters first. Okay, so what we can do is we can take an input there, output to these 3, then put this down, and what it'll do is once I power it, which I'm not going to do quite yet, it'll pick up the iron nuggets from this depot, put them in those 3 slots, and then once this is completely full, we'll get ourselves a singular iron bar. One at a time, let's go. Can't forget to make myself a little deposit chest at the end so we actually have a place where all our iron nuggets are stored. Because we already have some iron nuggets in here from testing, I'm gonna make sure that this whole thing works. So if we turn this on, let's turn these up to 32 maybe? No, let's go 64 because they're pretty slow. Okay, there we go. So it's picking up the iron nuggets, it's putting them in here, and hopefully once they are all in there, they will move together, start crafting into an iron bar, which is perfect. That is exactly what we wanted. It's stupidly overcomplicated, probably a lot slower than we actually need it to be, but it's cool, it looks funny, and I like it. So, now we can actually turn this part of the farm back on. Put that there, get ourselves an andesite funnel to go out there, and now, technically, this farm is done. I technically don't have to do any more work on it, but we want things to be big and stupid. So what we're gonna do is we are going to add 4 more, oh, no, wait, hold on. We are going to add 4 more rows to this thing, 4 more rows of crushing wheels, have all of it come through here and get as much iron as I possibly can. So we just gotta hook up all these conveyor belts, add the rest down here as well. Add 4 more rows of crushing wheels. Oh, yes, and then we have to turn the speed of the fans up just so that it actually reaches across all 4 rows. There we go. Okay, perfect. I think because we're going to have production increased so much, I'm going to turn the speed of this up to 32 so it breaks the cobble twice as fast. We might lose a little bit to the lava, and I know earlier I was like, oh, we need to be super productive, but frankly, it's going to get enough to where I do not think it will actually matter ever. But now we just got to add in all of these. All the cobble will get, this is so stupid. This is so stupid. It's really funny because I'm pretty sure this is actually just going to be maybe efficient? I don't actually know. Okay, so right now, unfortunately, it actually looks like it is not pushing cobble out of every single, thing in this vault, which might probably, honestly, not probably, it is because we do not have enough of this. We need more cobblestone generators. So let's build ourselves, I don't know, 2 more cobblestone generators, and now look, there's more than it can process, and every single one is actually putting out cobblestone now, so it's all going down. This is so cool. It's all going down into here. All the flint will get shot out there, all the iron nuggets will get shot out there, and they'll all go into this mechanical crafter. Why? Oh, it's because, yes, that makes sense. Wait, is it prioritizing the first one? It's not that big of a deal. I'm just happy that this whole thing is working now. It does appear that iron nuggets are being produced a lot faster. I just think the way that this whole vault goes about it is it prioritizes whatever's like first. Oh, maybe it doesn't. Oh, it does because, yeah, okay, one just went out there, so that's full. So as these fill up, it fills up the rest. But you can see way more iron nuggets way more iron nuggets are being produced as we go through this whole thing. But now because of that, I think that we'll actually start getting more iron nuggets now. Oh, this is so cool. There is definitely much simpler ways to go about making this farm, and also I could have made it significantly more compact, but that's what I love about Create. It's the fact that you can just overcomplicate everything, and no matter what, because of all the moving parts, it just looks so cool. I love this mod so much.